Yo, check this out. I received this in the mail, right? Hello, black man. And I'm so excited about it. This is a journal to help black men articulate their feelings, express their feelings. Hell, just acknowledge that we have them in a safe and honest way. And hopefully, it will translate into other parts of your life. I get it. As a black man, a lot of us weren't encouraged or taught to talk about our feelings. As a kid, when you fail and hurt yourself, your parents told you to get up. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. That right there is a hard lesson to unlearn, and it's very hurtful. Because when we become older, we don't know how to express ourselves. We don't know how to talk about our feelings. We don't know how to have a conversation without lashing out or using profanity or getting upset and becoming violent because we weren't taught. But this, man, is essential. Not just to each one of us becoming a better person, but a society of men being able to express themselves is priceless. So if you want to become the best version of you that you can do, check out helloblackman.com. Grab the journal, actually journal in it, be honest, be open, and be accessible to your feelings and embrace them.
Hello, black man. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with another episode. We're back, and we're in the same place. No split screen,
So excited.
Yeah. Chunk out on that thing.
People.
So, hey, listen, like always, we're open and honest with, and if you have any comments, any questions in the comments about any topic that we cover, we're trying to track the different places. We have YouTube open, we have Facebook, and we have my personal page. Like all those pages are going. So we're trying to make sure that if you comment, that we can kind of figure out, how to reply back to you from that standpoint. Two things I guess I would kind of really want to cover today is this week is what?
Teachers Appreciation.
Teachers Appreciation Week. So I know there are some phenomenal teachers out there that that have come in contact with you. Listen, nominate some of your teachers. Just tag them in the comments. Say, who you're nominating, and I'm going to give a couple of these away this week, at least two. Just want to get them started on their journey journal. So, hello, Black Educator. We have journey journals just for you, and I'll do two quick questions out of the Hello, Black Educator. Here's one that says, "Hello, Black Educator. How do you spend your breaks and summer vacations? If money was unlimited, what would you do?" Would you stay in education? Tell me about your breaks and stuff like that. So all this is important to us just to get to know our educators. These are the people that are spending so much time with it. Awesome. Miss Monica Smith is your favorite teacher. Tell us about your favorite teachers. Let's see.
My favorite teacher, if anybody wants to know.
Who's your favorite teacher?
Keisha Campbell. She has actually helped us with this book. As a matter of fact, I reached out to her and she helped us with the editing of this book. She was my English teacher 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. Like as I moved, she moved, and she was an amazing person, an amazing teacher. She went back to New York. She was from New York, her and her husband, and they were phenomenal people. And when I graduated high school and went to college, there was a position that came open at the school for just an English mentor, and she reached out to me to be that person. I wasn't no English major, but
come on in.
She was just like, I think Alicia would be a great person. So I respect her and I love her very much. She molded me, but I never wanted to be an English major by any aspects. I actually went into chemistry because of LaRondriel Barnes from Fayette. He was an amazing chemistry teacher. He's still there. Shout out to Mr. Barnes. You did a great job. I'm not a chemistry teacher either, but I did love chemistry. So,
man, listen. So, I think favorite is tough for me because I was so energetic. And I think that like I have so many teachers that made such an impact on me, depending on the period of life that I was in. Miss Robinson, Miss Carolyn Smith, uh, there's so many different. There's so Mr. Top, Mr. Nelson, like so many teachers were, and like we had some black male teachers, and they didn't play around. Mr. Nelson not play around. Mr. Hamilton, like they were get get it. Like Mr. Dorsey, all those teachers, Miss Minor, uh, Miss Eubanks. You remember Miss Eubanks? She thought you do remember Miss Eubanks? She was thinking that
she
I
saw
was
you and she was like, ugh.
I was the best student. Is that what she was thinking?
Oh, that's what you thought she was thinking?
I thought she was saying.
She was just like rolling her eyes like up in the room. She was like, "Oh Lord, have mercy."
I thought she was
not this.
I didn't think she could put into words.
Yeah, she was so dumbfounded.
I some people like see something like I don't know how to speak about that right now. It's so fantastic.
That's exactly how she was.
Yes.
Speechless.
Yes. I have made several teachers speechless in my day.
Impactful.
Impactful. That's right. As much as they were impacting me, I was impacting them. I was impacting them same teachers. So listen, we have this on Amazon, and we're very, very low on
in-house inventory.
So listen, go to Amazon. It'll be there this week. Amazon ships them quick. Go on there tonight. Go on Amazon.com. Look up Hello Black Educator and grab some journals for your educator friends. Are you gonna get them a coffee mug for real? Seriously, are you gonna get them $20 gift card to Walmart? No. Give them something to let you know that, hey, I'm thinking about you as an educator. I'm thinking about you as an educator and what you're going through, your ups and downs, trials and tribulations, your highs and lows. Here's a great place to put some of those things. So there's that for that. A lot going on with our teen community right now. And we had a podcast last night that I thought brought up a lot of, I don't know, just important topics and avenues about where we stand when we're talking about teens and what we're actually doing. Are we being helpful? Like, are we really being helpful? Or are we just pointing out problems, and not fixing anything? Like, what does fixing our community looks like, right? If everybody has the list of problems, then who is actually going to stop what they're doing, make sacrifices, and actually fix things? So that's another, that's something we can talk about tonight. And I think that we have more resources now than ever before, but we also are willing to give up less time than ever before. Before, you had people in the communities willing to give up time, willing to help. Bring your kids over here, I'll watch them. Or, supporting whatever your kids had going on. Like, okay, we're going to, it's a game. We'll be at the game. We'll be there supporting. But now, everybody's kind of in a cyclone. They're in their own little cyclone as far as what they're willing to do and what they're willing to sacrifice for their kids and stuff, things of that nature. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about just the teens and where we stand, and are we giving them too much rope, or do they have too much freedom? Whereas we didn't have as much freedom, and I would say look how we turned out, but look how we turned out.
I can't say that I had a lot of freedom, and I can't say that I had a little freedom. All I can say is I feel like I'm failing. Like, I feel like I have been afforded the tools to be better, to make better teens, to make better children. And the more that I have and the more that I give them, the less they seem to understand how important a future is.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think our parents feel like they failed us?
Probably not. Because if you really think about it, like, our parents did not have the knowledge that we have. They did not have the access to the knowledge that we have. So therefore, I think that they feel like they did the best they could do, which in essence they did. Like, they didn't know a lot of the things that we know, but we have access to everything. So the fact that we are the fact that explains a lot. The fact that we are not giving them the tools that they need. Well, they're not accepting. I'm not going to say we're not giving them. They're not accepting and being receptive of the things that we, are giving them plays a major role because like I'm on my kids' head day after day after day. Hey, you gotta know how to make appointments. You gotta know how to do this. You gotta know how to cook. You gotta know how to clean. And like they just like, well, what are you for? Like that's the kind of stuff my kids say to me. And I'll be ready to fight. So like, I don't blame my parents and I don't think that they feel blamed because they didn't have the information that we have that's available to us.
Okay. So I guess let's start here. When you're talking about preparing kids for adulthood, are we raising kids to get to a point, or do you think we're raising kids for adulthood? Are we raising kids to get them out of high school? Like, I think that is so old school, right? I think that because we know better, we should be doing better. We know that high school is nothing. High school is bare minimum. It's minimum wage. Like, yes, entrepreneurship, I applaud that. It's higher education. We're just talking about as an individual, right? Getting a person out of high school that's meeting the requirements right there. We are handicapping them for adulthood. I think so. I think that we are really not. I don't know. It's I guess because we do so much and we know so much. Sometimes we overstep the boundary of cultivating them into adults, right? And then you have the other frame of mind saying, hey, they're kids. I want them to be kids for as long as they can be, right? So you have that frame of mind. You have two schools of thought there. But if you prepare them, really prepare them, then no one can take that away from them. They can't take that. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for a job. I'm ready for certain things. Let me tell you a story. I was at work and young lady was talking about saving money. Go ahead.
I just want you to slide your chair over because it's like not centered.
You want me to get out of it?
Yeah, no, I just want it to be centered because I don't want to bring it over too far my way.
All right. Okay. So I'm telling this young lady about, hey, saving money and I stay with my mom and stuff like that. Like, okay, awesome. I said, well, how much are you saving for your 401k? She says, oh, I don't know. I think the bare minimum XYZ. She says, and the other lady talked to like, well, you should max that out. Listen, this young lady said, well, it doesn't matter how much comes out of the 401k because that's coming out of my gross. They don't have nothing to do with my check. I said, say what? What are you saying? She said, that's coming out of my gross. They don't have nothing to do with my check. I said, Miss Lady, I mean, I'm almost in a sweat. I'm like, your gross and your check, like this one thing, like you're getting a gross pay and then you're getting deductions and then you're getting a net. I said, it does matter. She was like, Wenda, listen, I'm telling you, I swear to you, I was blown away. My collar was wet. I was like, what are you saying? She says, the 401k is coming out of my gross. It's not coming out of my check. And I knew right then that there was a disconnect. And this young lady has a job, bills, a car, going back and forth. She is technically an adult. This person is technically an adult and does not understand the breakdown of her check in 2022. How many ways, how many YouTube videos are out there to inform her how her check is broken down or what certain things mean? And like she literally was ready to argue with me about how her check was getting broken down. I hadn't seen a number on it, but I know that much. I mean, what are we doing? Listen, I was like, oh my God. And she was like, please stop. Like, they don't know.
Right. I mean, like I said stop because we have children. And how much of what we do on a day-to-day basis are we really instilling and communicating to our children? How much of this is what I do, son, this is what I do, daughter, that, and this is how it's broken down. Our parents didn't talk to us about our pay, about what they did. So like, how much of that are we talking to our kids about? Like, I had a very candid conversation with my son about a check stub. You know, I don't know if I had told this conversation. I think I told it on my personal page, but like, my son has a job. This is his very first real job. And he's working at Burger King. And he was like, he sent his money to my account. He sent his direct deposit to my account because he's like, you know, I know mom's gonna take care of it. She's gonna make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And so his check comes to me. And so he would ask me, Mom, how much was my check? And I'm like, son, what does your check stub say? And he's like, what is that? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? What is a check stub? Like, you have been through orientation. They didn't talk to you about check stubs, how you access them, how you know what you're getting paid, what your gross is. You haven't seen none of that. You don't know how much is coming out as taxes. I was like, so I can't tell you this. I'm the type of mom, I want them to get what they need organically. I don't want to have to tell them everything. And so I did not tell him. I was like, in order for you to figure out what you get paid, you need to go to your boss, go to, you know, somebody that you know, say, how do I access my check stub? Because like Wendell said, like, we're handicapping them because we know so much. And we think that because they have access to so much, they know as much as we know, but they know nothing. They don't even know that you're supposed to turn the dryer on when you put the clothes in it. So we can't expect them to know as much as we think that they know. They've got to be taught every single little thing because we are handicapping them. Not only are we handicapping them, the internet is handicapping them. TikTok is handicapping them. Instagram is handicapping them. So as much as we want them to be ready for the next generation, if we're not really poured into them, they're not gonna know anything. They don't know anything.
Man, I don't know. It's so. I want to say disheartening.
It's very disheartening
because they have to show up in the world. Like they're gonna have to separate from who we are and be themselves. And a lot of the stumbles and blunders that I've made, it is a foregone conclusion that they don't have to have them, right?
They should be top tier, right? Our expectations is that they are so far beyond where we were when we were at that age. But what are we doing to prepare them? Like, we cannot have the expectation because they have the access that they're going to do it. Yes, we have to do a lot of the footwork for what they need in order to succeed, excel and succeed.
Right. But this is the part. I guess this is the thing. When you have kids and you sacrifice time, money, and you get through all of that, and then when they get to a certain place, a lot of parents are hands off. They're like, okay, now you got it. Now this is your life. But that's like the prime real estate. I mean, where you've missed a lot of prime real estate already. But there's a prime time to say, okay, they're out of school now. They're out of certain requirements. Now they can focus on what they want to be in their life, right? So where are you on graduation on Friday? What does the student do on Monday? What did this child do on Monday? What do you think?
So I think that as much as we feel like our parents didn't do for us, because I filled out my own FAFSA. I figured out where I was going to school. My parents helped me with none of that. They didn't have no say in what I was doing, how I was doing it. And I realize now that was more beneficial for me than it really was. Because now the expectation of our children is, that's your responsibility. Like, you need to figure out how to do this. Like, my parents didn't know like what I was doing, how I was doing, where I was going to school. They had no input in that. And we have so much, like Wendell said, handicapped them to the point where they feel like it's our responsibility. And I don't know how we missed the mark. I don't know what we're doing. I can't say me per se. I'm just saying, like, what are y'all doing? Like, because I know there are parents out there who don't feel like we feel. I know there are parents out there who have it all together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying, like, but what we're not doing is starting early enough. Because I was talking to Jamie earlier about this recruiter I was on the phone with, and he's like, if your child plays sports when they're in the 7th and 8th grade, that's when you need to start contacting colleges, contacting coaches, making, the necessary provisions for them to be where they need to be. And I'm like, what? 7th grade? I never knew. I never knew. My Tony Baker voice, like, I didn't know. Like, and I think that we got to figure that out. We got to figure out where we're missing the mark and how to make sure that the next generation, how our grandkids don't have the same problems that our kids are having, because they lost. They so lost. That's where I am with it. I don't know what to do.
Man, listen, like I said, I know each kid is different. So anything we talk about is not cookie cutter for any kids and anything like that. But there has to be, I guess, a time period where we as parents are saying, hey, what do you like? And not forcing certain, I guess, majors on kids and things of that nature, or steering them away from their passions and stuff like that. And here's the other thing. I don't think every child is ready to go to college the Monday after college. Like, some don't have the discipline. And we send undisciplined kids out. They've been undisciplined their entire middle school, high school. Undisciplined about time, undisciplined about work, undisciplined about attitude. They're undisciplined for all those years, and you say you got to go to a 4-year university tomorrow. They're not ready, and it's gonna either A, burn them out, or put them in an environment where they're not focused on education, and C, plus, this is not A and C, money is getting wasted. Either your money up front, or they are footing the bill, or it's their bill to handle at some point. So there's so many different avenues, so many different twists and turns of this thing. I don't think every child is ready to go to school at 18 or 19. Like, some need some world seasoning, say, hey, this was in the world. And that may inspire them to focus on school when they go. Say, this job stuff, this ain't for me. I know what this job stuff is about. I know what this 40-hour grind is about. I think I'll get an education. This education is going to give me certain opportunities.
So
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying something else that has, I don't want to say ruined, but kind of put a damper in what we do as parents is TikTok, YouTube. People making millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars from just being influencers. And I think our children have a lot of access to this, but they don't have the mindset to do those things. Like, let me be real. If you got your content where it needs to be, and you got your followers where they need to be, and you making money off TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna be like, what you need me to do? But if you're not there, like, you have to figure out how you're gonna support your dreams. And in order to support those dreams, you gotta have money. You gotta have some type of finance. For example, I ain't calling no names, but we have somebody who is very close to us who has dreams of being a rapper, but they don't have the mindset behind the fact that they got to make money in order to produce the things that they need to produce. So it's like, how do we bridge that gap to say, hey, in order to really make money, you've got to be where you need to be. We've been on here 25 minutes. This is what we came on to talk about tonight. 7th, 8th grade. Right. And that's the problem, Wendell, that we have, is that we're not starting there. We're not starting as early as 7th and 8th grade and saying, hey, this is your career assessment, and talking to kids like adults, because that's when they are mini adults. That's when they need to know, hey, this is not life. School is not life. Life is life. Like, and in order to know what you need to do, I need you to start scheduling your own doctor's appointments. I need you to start making grocery. I need you to start doing all these things. You got to be ready for your permit. You got to be ready for life. We are not, I don't think that we are properly preparing children for life. And I think a lot of times people are like, well, don't kick your kids out when they're 18. If you have prepared them for life, then by the time they're 18, you don't have to kick them out. They already ready to go because they understand that this is not life. Life is not living off my parents. Life is being competent and being independent. So, like, I don't know. That's just my mindset. I don't know how other people feel, but
hey, listen, there's something like I say. There's no cookie cutter to it. There's no cookie cutter avenue to it. So whatever happens, you know, with you and your family, you need to be prepared, or the child needs to be prepared. We're gonna do a quick commercial, and we'll be right back. Hello, Black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered Black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, Black man.
Hello, Black man. All right, and we're back. So listen, this is looking into in the teen journal. Like I said, this is just an avenue. This is just a tool, right? Getting your child to write in this it may be a task, and it may not be. Met a young lady tonight. Met a young lady tonight.
No, you didn't just meet a young lady, but I'm gonna let you go ahead.
All right, we'll do that in a minute. Okay. So with this journal, there's going to be questions in here that you've never asked your teen. I can guarantee that. And getting them to write it down will be A+, right? But getting them to talk about it would be, momentous beyond that, having that conversation and when to have those conversations. Hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, let's do this. Hey, we're gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna ask you something while we go to the mall. I need a good answer from you. Let's talk about this on the way here. So you may have to be smarter than them in order to get them to talk, and that's okay. So I tell you what, since everyone is on, if you would just give the video a share. We just kind of talking through some stuff here tonight, and I'm gonna ask one question out of this teen journal, and do me a favor, go ask your teen one of these questions, or a teen in your family. Right, because we are what, bringing back the village, right? So it doesn't have to be your team. The next team you see, the next team you come in contact with. Give me a random number, and we'll see. First random number between 1 and 52. One number. The first number pop up.
And while we're waiting on that one number, Anita Barnes Johnson. You say, I think my daughter came straight out of high school and went to a 4-year college. I was so scared to death. Here at 17, Demetria, like, we need to really push trades and push community college. I'm gonna tell y'all right now 2 very well written success stories. Both of my little nephew, nope, they're not my nephews, they're my cousins, but I call them my nephews because when you old and they young, they still your cousins, but they your nephews. Like, both of them went to Copiah Lincoln in Weston.
What you say, Colin?
Copiah Lincoln. One is now a standout at Mizzou. He is really killing it. I have the other one who is at Ogden in Utah playing minor league baseball. Like, push community college on these kids if they're not up to par as far as what they want to do. Push trades. We did not do that. Nobody told us about trades. If I could have been a plumber, I would have been a plumber right now. I could have been fixing pipes everywhere, but nobody said, Kalisha, you could be a plumber.
Here's a change. Here's the opportunity. Here's something different.
Right. Push trades on these kids. Push community colleges. And I'm sorry. Go ahead, back. 17 and 8 are the numbers that we have right now.
So 17. So all of you out there with teens or know some teens, ask them this. This is question 17. It says, hello, Black teen. Describe any struggles you face academically. Write about things you like most and things you like the least about school. So here's a phenomenal random number, right? What do you like the most? What do you like the least about school? This can kind of give you.
Can you answer that question as a team? What did you like most and least about school?
Oh man, what I like most, I like people the most because I was a class clown, right? So I like social studies. I like social studies and art. Those are my two favorite subjects. Social studies, I it was just fun to me to know what happened and know what was going on and know about the governments and all this stuff. Like, so I kind of went that way into, political science. Least probably science and math. Science probably number one. It just was not interesting to me. The chart with the elements and all that stuff, like it didn't click with me. You know what I'm saying? I could get through the class, but when you talk about that's where I had to go for the day, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go to.
That's so interesting. We're so opposite.
No,
we are
very
opposite.
No, get it out of here. Get it out of here, man. Like,
do you think that influenced your goal as far as college went?
It did because political science, no, it had no huge mathematical background, right? I college algebra done. After college algebra done, I'm done with math. Okay, that's my subject. It's about talking and working with people, talking to people. That's me. I'll try that. So what about you? You kind of told me a little bit about it.
My least favorite in college, when I went to my career path, was analytics. I freaking hated analytics. Analytics was my least favorite subject, my least favorite class of all time. I had no idea what I was doing. Analytics was terrible. Like, I'm gonna tell you, if it wasn't for Tanya Stewart, God rest your soul,
you still be in there right now.
I'd still be trying to pass analytics right this minute. But in high school, science and math, those were my places of comfort. Like, I loved chemistry.
No.
Like I said, my chemistry teacher, Laurent Barnes, he was the best. Like, we made, like, I was not creative by any means, but I mean, he made it fun, and that's why I enjoyed chemistry the way that I did. I enjoyed math the way that I did because I had a teacher, Geraldine Coleman. I'll never forget her. You was a vomit. She used to say that, but she was cool. I love science. I love math. English was not my favorite subject, but I did say earlier that my favorite teacher was Miss Campbell, who was an English teacher, but it was not my favorite subject because I like to talk crazy. I like ebonics. I don't like English. Like, that's who I am. So those were my favorite subjects. And it did not, it kind of affected, like, I got a chemistry degree, but I went into nursing, which kind of did a lot with math, and analytics was one of my least favorite subjects, but here I am today. And I don't do a whole lot of math, but there is some math in what I do.
So here's question 8. Hello, Black Team. Name 5 things that bring you joy. Write about what makes these things so joyous. So here is an avenue to figure out what excites them or what they really like, right? You just know they like certain things. You may not be connecting the dots. But with this, here's your 5. And here's not just the thing that bring them joy, but why? Like, what's the reason behind these certain things, right? How do they make the team feel? And on the opposite side of this page here, I'm gonna tell you why this is so cool. It talks about your favorites, right? And here it's basically 6 questions, and you can learn a lot from these 6 questions. Here are the 6 questions. It says, what's your favorite body part? What's your favorite game to play? What's your favorite day of the week? What's your favorite month of the year? What's your favorite music genre? What's your favorite music genre? What's your favorite movie genre? So you can get to know this team that is living in your house. Like, why they have certain thoughts and why they move in a certain way. If you know what their favorite day of the week is, and you know what their favorite movie genre is, you can say, hey, I know your favorite. I know today is your favorite day of the week. You love Wednesdays, Thursdays. You have fun. let's go see a movie, and I know what kind of movie to pick out for you, right? So this is just an avenue. This is just tools. These are just tools in your pocket to use to really have a great relationship with this young adult that's in your house.
My children are probably the most open children that you've ever met. My kids follow me on social media. They demand that I follow them on social media. They troll my posts. I don't look at their posts, but sometimes my daughter will bring me and be like, Mom, look at this. Look what Jeff Jr. posted, or look what such and such posted. And so my son be posting some really wild stuff. So like if you and he posted something, I can see it, but I don't look at it because I'm like, I don't want to see it. I got television. So make sure that you're following your kids. Like make sure that you're really monitoring what they're posting because they be posting some wild stuff. Like, it's just like I don't want to see it because like I know myself as a teen. And I know that, the things that they do may not be the things that I want to see, but just be sure that you're trying your best to monitor what they're doing because there could be some wild stuff out there.
Yeah. And when teens do things, it seems what's consistent, and it's not everybody, of course, nothing's 100%, but what's consistent is the community is looking for a sense of authority to fix what we're seeing. They want to know, where are the police? Where is certain members of the community, as far as mayors and police chiefs and stuff like that. That is not, to me, the answer. If the child is somewhere, do the parents know? Does the father know? Does the mother know? Does the auntie know? Does the cousin know? Like the village is
obsolete.
It's definitely obsolete, but their unawareness is so prudent that when something happens, they are looking for someone to blame. They want to know, well, why didn't they take care of this? Why didn't members of the community take care? Like, this is your child. What are you talking about? This is somebody's child that has been doing something all day, has had something on their mind all day, or you've known they don't have any conflict resolution for the last 5 years, and then they consistently put themselves in certain situations where they're forced to have conflict resolution, right? They're forced to make quick decisions. They're forced to have to be able to de-escalate stuff, right? And they can't do it, or they don't do it, or they make their choice, and then it's, why didn't the police take care of this? Well, the police don't know what's on your child's mind. Like, that's not how that works. The police don't know your child's intentions when they walk into the store, if they're walking into to steal or not. They don't know that. You can't prevent certain crimes. Not every crime can be prevented in that way. So the communication starts at home. The communication starts with you and your child, and it has to be open. It has to be, what are you thinking? What do you think your next step is? What's your next focus? What's your goal? All right, let's write this goal down. Now what are the steps to get there? Talked to a guy the other day where he said, 23, I'll be a millionaire in 2 years. I said, do you think it's gonna fall out of the sky? Do you think this how it's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen between now and the next 600, 720 plus days, 730 days? What's gonna happen? Like, you think this $2 million is gonna fall into your lap, but it's not. Now,
I wish you did.
I
wish
you did too. I ain't lying. Hello, somebody. But man, that's it. So listen, don't forget, we have a lot of questions we hadn't answered from our marriage talk, right? And I really want to dedicate a full show to that. We're gonna have to dedicate a full show to it. Yes.
If you want to.
Okay. I don't know what kind of smile it is. Like
I'm
Chucky or something.
just a supportive smile.
Okay.
I support you.
You do. So tomorrow we're gonna go full blown.
I was just scratching my nose.
What you frying up? I saw you right there.
I was just it was because it was an itch.
Okay. Tomorrow, more marriage talk, right? So if any of your marital questions and things of that nature, marriage good, marriage bad, why I'm single, you want to stay single. So we're gonna do some relationship stuff tomorrow.
You want to be single?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Like me? Do you love me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you love me? You see that video?
Yes.
Do you love
I'm
me?
answering yes like that. Yes.
Do you love me?
So tomorrow we'll do a full relationship talk. So if you're single, jump on. If you're married, jump on. If you're what the thing is, entangled, jump on. And we just have some.
If you poly,
jump on.
I was just
We don't.
They think we poly.
Yes.
Because I do that.
You too excited.
I'm sorry.
You too excited.
I'll calm it down. I'm calming it down.
This on the internet.
I'm sorry.
We live right
we
now.
Not poly. We are one from one. 1 and 1.
Listen, if you know an educator, tag them, share the video with them. We're going to be looking for some educator tags, some teacher tags, Teacher Appreciation Week. So go ahead and do that. We have some hot Hello Black Educator journals. We want to make sure you get in the hand. And listen, if you have a teen out there, talk to your teens, please. Talk to them before the streets talk to them. That's all. That's what we're asking. You talk to them before the streets talk to them. And sometimes, the conversation they have with the streets, they can't get back. So you have the opportunity here. So that's all I have tonight. You have anything to close us out with? I know you have a lot going on. Did you want to ask
me any questions? We had a great day today.
Oh, absolutely.
We were supposed to do a lot of different things, but I got sick this morning, so there's that. But tonight we had a great night with friends. We celebrate their birthdays. We're not poly.
Where did they come from?
I was telling people
we are.
No, we tell them again. You gotta tell them again. You gotta tell them out every time. You gotta tell them we are. We are single. No, we are together. Man, we are married or something like that. Y'all, we love y'all. We're about to get out of here. Because before you be like, girl, I'm gonna close it out. Right. You talking crazy.
Tomorrow night, Relationship Talk Tuesday. Jump on tomorrow, and we'll start off with our normal banter back and forth with some questions and stuff like that. Let's do 3. We'll do 3. 3 little questions back and forth, and then we'll have the audience.
We got 15 minutes,
and then we'll
before it's an hour. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Let me adjust my mama's.
I don't want to do a full hour. You want to do a full hour with them?
Okay, I'm saying. If you wanted to do a full hour, we got 15 minutes. Did you have something that you needed to question me about?
No, not today.
Sometimes you have a few questions for the people because we are here. We are here. Mm-hmm. Thank all 27, 30, 40, 700 of y'all for coming on. Y'all gotta follow us. Y'all gotta support us. Y'all got to be in the comments so we can get what we need to be.
That's right.
We ain't talking about much of nothing, but you may benefit from it.
Sure.
So thank y'all.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow night about 10 o'clock. Hello, black man. Hello, black couple. Hello, black team.
Child.
Hello,
man.
black child.
Hello, Indian woman. Man. Hello.
Don't confuse people.
Okay.
We
white, black, green, purple.